Have you ever wondered about the Lord's covenant with Abram? What was this pact all about? Picture Abram, a man of great faith, yet burdened with a deep-seated fear. A fear of dying without a child to carry on his lineage, his legacy. This fear was so profound that he thought his servant Eliezer of Damascus would be his only heir. His heart heavy, Abram voiced his concerns to the Lord. He expressed his fear, his frustration, his longing for a child of his own. Imagine the vulnerability, the raw honesty in his words, in his plea to the Lord. "You have given me no children," he lamented, "so a servant in my household will be my heir." But the Lord had a different plan for Abram. A plan that was about to change not just his life but the course of history. In response to Abram's worries, the Lord made a promise. He spoke to Abram, reassuring him that his lineage would not end with a servant, but continue through a son of his own flesh and blood. The Lord's voice was as clear as a bell, echoing through the stillness of the night. He presented Abram with a vision, a sky filled to the brim with stars. Each star, a symbol of a future descendant, twinkling promises of a lineage as vast and uncountable as the celestial bodies above. The Lord's words painted a picture of a future teeming with life, a lineage that would continue to grow and prosper, just as the stars continue to shine bright in the night sky. Abram listened, his heart filled with hope. He believed in the Lord's promise. His faith was so strong that it was credited to him as righteousness. But Abram sought more assurance. He wanted to know how he could be certain of this promise. In response, the Lord provided clear instructions. He asked Abram to bring him a heifer, a goat, a ram, a dove, and a young pigeon. Without hesitation, Abram obeyed. He gathered all these and did as the Lord instructed. He cut the animals in half, arranging the halves opposite each other. The birds, however, he left uncut. As Abram was performing this task, a deep sleep fell upon him. It was an overwhelming sensation, like a dark blanket gently draped over his consciousness, pulling him away from the physical world and into a realm of divine communion. The sun began to set, casting a warm, orange glow over the land. As the final rays of the day faded, Abram found himself enveloped in a thick and dreadful darkness, a precursor to a profound revelation. In his deep sleep, Abram received a prophetic message. The Lord unveiled a glimpse of the future. He foretold that Abram's descendants would be strangers in a foreign land, not their own. They would be enslaved, mistreated, and their freedom would be taken away. This period of hardship would span 400 years. However, in this prophecy, there was also a promise of hope. The Lord assured Abram that he would not abandon his offspring in their time of suffering. He pledged to punish the nation they served as slaves. And when the time was right, Abram's descendants would be freed. They would come out of this foreign land, not empty-handed, but with great possessions. In the darkness, a smoking firepot and a blazing torch appeared, passing between the pieces of the animals. And thus, the Lord made a covenant with Abram, promising him the land from the Wadi of Egypt to the Euphrates. The Lord's covenant with Abram was not just about a promise. It was about faith, belief, and the assurance that he is always in control.